Otherwise, we'll record it here like this on Zoom, and then I can upload it if it won't let me go live.
Either works for me.
There we go. I got it. Record it here like this. Yay. All right. Well, we're going to share this off to the Energy Hub. So if anybody's watching this, just hopped in and you're not part of our Energy Hub group on Facebook, I invite you to join.
I think I am.
Yes, you are. You are in there. You're good to go. We're live on YouTube now. Join. I'm just writing in the post in the group. Join our. There we are. Posted in the Energy Hub. There we are. And go here and here. And here we are. We're ready. We're live. It's a beautiful thing. So, officially, now that we got it all shared up and all those good things, welcome everybody to one of our Jones and Four master classes with an amazing energizer, Courtney Hancock. Courtney has been an energizer with us for a number of years, and it's been cool to see her journey of really stepping into her light and shining. And she's learned some really cool things, written a book and all that good stuff, which I'm sure she'll share a little bit later. But she's super excited to share about your thoughts and you. Everything is energy. Everything carries energy. All right, it's all vibration, and we want to make sure we align things up with us and with where we're going. And so I'm really excited to hear and learn from Courtney as she shares her expertise about your thoughts and vibrations and how all these things align. So before we hop into it, Courtney, why don't you introduce yourself, share a little bit about you and what brought you to this moment today?
Yeah, so I'm here in around Salt Lake City, Utah right now. So the sun isn't even up. It's so early. But I'm a mom of four kids. Lived here in Harriman, Utah for about 9 or since 2009. I'm a registered nurse since 2018. I love yoga. I love music. I sing. I love to play my flute. I've been doing it for, I don't know, 25 plus years. It's so fun. I felt called to write a book when my husband dragged me to a mastermind event called Mastermind in Paradise through Russell Brunson's community. And he's like, "Hey, do you want to come to Cancun with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go." He's like, "Okay, but you kind of have to go to some of these mastermind meetings." I'm like, "Yeah, fine, whatever." And then when I heard the speakers speak, I got the feeling like, I think I got something. But I don't know what. I can do something, but it's there. I just got to figure it out. And it wasn't until a year later, I'm like, I've been through almost a decade of health issues. I had thyroid cancer, thyroidectomy, autoimmune disease diagnosis. I've had to learn some things along the way of like about our trials and about how it affects our energy and how you can cope with that and how you can actually find peace and love and joy in the suffering. And so I'm like, I wrote down some stuff. I'm like, I can write a book. And it took me less than a year or a little over a year from start to finish to actually get it out and published. So yeah, it's so exciting. It's out on Amazon. I can't wait to get it on a bigger, larger scale someday. But what brought me here is that I connected with Spencer through just on Facebook somehow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked the things that he was talking about energy because it's true that there is energy everywhere, in and out. I mean, don't tell me there's no energy in your body, especially when your heart sends an electrical impulse through your heart every beat. Don't tell me that's not energy. So I'm said, hey, can I teach a master class at some point? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, and so here we are. We're doing the master class. We're getting together. We're talking about it. And we're going to change lives. It's
Yeah, right.
amazing.
I,
Exactly.
I love it, and it's such an amazing journey. You've shared your health journey with me, highs and lows, and you gave us a short glimpse of that, which I appreciate. It's been a journey, and I love that you said that we can find joy and happiness even amidst the suffering, right? Life, we suffer, we struggle. There's hardships in our life, right? There's those valleys that we all go through, but there's also the summits and big moments of joy. But regardless, whether you're at the summit or whether you're in a valley or somewhere between, you can experience joy and happiness. And
Exactly.
and yeah, it's been cool. We talked about a master class a while back when you first joined, and then it's been cool to see this journey of yours even more and develop. And I'm super excited for you to share your insights about your thoughts and you, as because everything carries that vibration electrical signals. So I'll leave it up to you. Go for it. Share your screen and share all of the wisdom you can, and all that you're willing to share about your thoughts
All
and
right.
you.
Okay, I'm going to start screen sharing here. Thank you again so much for Spencer. Let's give him a big round of applause, everybody out there. Seriously, Spencer is awesome. We love you, Spencer. And cheers to everyone who's watching right now or tuning in later. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit this and this, and then we're going to start here. Okay. There it goes. Sorry, I think there you go. Your thoughts and you. How your thoughts affect your energy. Okay. One thing that I want to point out first here is that you are not your thoughts. Right? Their thoughts are just like neurotransmitters and neurons firing in our brain. They're not who you are at your core. I like to say, like, remember who you are on a really good day. Like when you're happy, when you're having fun, when there's nothing bad happening, you're feeling good, you're feeling happy, or maybe it's just a moment of peace. Like go back to those times. That's who you are. The thoughts are just part of you, not who you are at your core. So just that distinction right there, because it's really easy to get caught up in our thoughts and like saying, oh, I'm so terrible, I'm so bad, I'm all of these things, and that's not really you. Okay, so let's move on here. Okay, the power of your thoughts here. So, are you aware that thoughts do actually create feelings and feelings create thoughts? You know, what do you think, Spencer? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Your thoughts definitely create your feelings of, oh, am I thinking I'm feeling happy or sad? But then also, if I feel sad, it can remind me of times that I felt sad in the past.
Exactly. Like a new situation can trigger a feeling. That feeling can trigger a thought, like an interaction with a new person, like or like a total stranger, or like your mentor you're meeting, and you get scared and you think, oh, I'm not enough for this person. You get all shaky and all that, and that creates thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. It's just a cycle that just keeps feeding off itself, and that's the danger when you're thinking a new feeling and a new thought, and it's really easy just to get stuck in this cycle. We have to be very careful when we're listening to our thoughts, feeling what we feel, because it can just feed off itself. And then emotions are the language of the body. If you ever read Joe Dispenza's work, he talks a lot about this. And that's where I first learned this, is that emotions are the language of the body. And emotions can get stuck in different areas of the body. And your body keeps score of that. And it can lock itself up as like resentment, guilt, shame, fear can get stuck in those different parts of the body. And that can eventually lead to like health issues. Like unmanaged stress is like huge here. Unmanaged stress can turn into all kinds of different diseases like high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, even cancer. I mean, I believe like at the root, stress is probably a leading cause of all this. And so, and it all can stem from your thoughts. Crazy, right? It can all stem from up in here. So we have to be very careful. And that's why we're talking about this, because it's a problem for everyone. It's been an issue for me in the past. I'm getting better and better at it. But this is why we're here talking about this, because we don't want these things to get stuck. We don't want disease. We don't want to get sick, all that stuff. I'm a registered nurse. I see sick people and sick patients that aren't getting better. And it makes me sad. But some of the patients that I work with are chronically like ill and have they're pediatric patients and they're not going to ever get better. They've got severe disabilities and it just makes me sad. But we can do something about this. We can do something about this. Let's move on. Oh, who enjoys conflict? Anyone? Nope, not me, right? Okay. One thing that I figured out was like your brain hates conflict. We like resolution. We like peace, right? Oh, whatever. Like when a new problem comes up or a new situation, it's like your mind will start to think of a possible resolution. What can I do to fix this? And it can lead to a false sense of security, a false resolution. Like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if? And then it could be good, could be bad. But the point is, we like resolution. You ever tried to sing happy birthday without the last note? Have you ever listened to a piece of music and you're like, happy birthday, dear Spencer. Happy birthday to. Do you like that? Do we like not hearing the last note? The music is always trying to resolve itself. It's leading to a resolution. And we like resolution in life. We like peace. We like things to be fine. And I've experienced this in my life where something happens, like when I was starting to have health issues. I was like, knowing as a nurse, I'm like, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Then when I finally went to my OB/GYN and talked to him, and then he palpated my thyroid and he felt a nodule. I'm like, okay. This was like one of maybe the one times where I didn't let my thoughts race. I was like, okay, nodule is could be cancer, benign, or it could be malignant, right? And this was like the one time that I actually had control. And I knew I couldn't let my thoughts race because I didn't have testing yet. And I had to go see more specialists. Like, I can't get upset if it is or isn't cancer. And they can't determine that until the nodule was removed. So I just waited patiently. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. I had my thyroid taken out January 2023 and was determined that it was a cancerous nodule. So, but in those instances, it is really easy to just let the thoughts fly with worry like, what if I have cancer? What if I die? What if my family does this? What if I can't do this for my family? And that's where we can really get stuck. And where we talked about before, those thoughts feed into emotions. Emotions feed the thoughts. And it just creates a state of chaos and worry and distress. And that's not good for our health. It's not good for your family. It's not good for anyone around you. So let's move on here. Okay, so how do we stop the racing thoughts? How do we find peace? And then what's the consequence if we don't? We already kind of talked about that. Disease, upset, worry, lack of peace. So let's see if we can figure out how do we stop this. First, you need to ask some questions like, is this true, what I'm thinking? Is this real, factual, or imagined? Remember, the brain doesn't like conflict. So what can you do? I like to think of it in terms of like meditation. When you sit and meditate, it's good to just sit and have like it be a focus, and where if a thought comes, just to let it go, let it fly like balloons or like clouds or whatever image resonates with you. And just, if it's not helping you or serving you, if it's not true, is it real, factual, or imagined? Then let them go. What's most important right now, right? Don't hold on to those thoughts that are not serving you, because it translates into if it's negative thoughts, it translates into your body. You feel it, your body feels that and keeps score. If it's positive emotion, thought and emotion, then it translates into more homeostasis in your body. So pay attention to if the thoughts are true, let them go if they're not, and focus on what's most important here. Oh, we're going to talk about grace. Grace is can be lots of things. Just remember, if you struggle, you're human. I'm human. Spencer's human. Okay? We're not perfect. We're going to fail. Just don't beat yourself up. You got to give yourself space to struggle, to learn, to grow. You maybe give yourself, you give your thoughts the space. Like, I recognize, okay, this is what's happening here. I think my brain's trying to solve a problem here. What's the next best thing I can do? Give yourself space. You've got this. It's not as hard as you think. And then when we think about grace, I think of like ballet dancers. I think of maybe having more poise and control. Like if you think about like what they used to call a duchess or a duke back in the day, like back in like the 1700s. It was like, yes, your grace, right? Why did they call him your grace? Like I had to think about that. Like it's because they were so refined or so graceful in their talk, like they were some kind of a powerful person. It's like, yes, your grace, something like that. And then I love the biblical definition of grace. And you don't have to believe in the Bible or religion or anything, but it kind of struck me as like, that was really cool. Undeserved favor from God. Do we not feel like we deserve grace sometimes? Do we feel like we're so bad, so terrible that we don't deserve grace? I think sometimes we do. I know I don't give myself enough grace. I watch my 11-year-old. She's got some depression and some ADHD, and I have to watch her tell herself like she asks me frequently, Mom, am I good? Mom, am I pretty? Mom, am I this? And she doesn't feel like she's good enough. But I want you guys to remember that you are good enough. Grace in our thoughts means you give yourself space to be human, control what you can control, slow down, give yourself the chance to learn, to mess up. Because if we don't mess up, we don't learn. And we can't get better. We can't learn how to focus our thoughts. We can't learn how to let things go that are not in our control. Let's go on here. Because you deserve grace. You are an individual with your own light and energy. You deserve to be seen, you are loved, and you are worth it. So when the thoughts are racing and crazy, take a break, slow down, detach from the chaos. If you're in an environment of chaos, get out of it for a minute. Find a quiet place outside, in your home, wherever. I love going outside personally because I am a firm believer in like grounding, like using the earth's energy to help ground you. I actually sleep on a grounding sheet because I love being connected to the earth's energy, and there's just something calming about it. So when the thoughts are racing and you feel things getting out of control, get outside or take a break, slow down. It really is going to be okay. Because, like I said before, I could have gotten mixed or caught up in the worry and anxiety of, holy cow, I have cancer. And I don't think it really, I mean, I didn't think it was as bad as maybe other people thought. Like my sister said, you had cancer. I was like, yeah, so I mean, but I got rid of it, and my cancer markers are undetectable now. So it's like I've been cancer free since for a couple of years. So I don't really feel worried about it anymore. But for some people, I mean, the thought of like having cancer or having something as valuable as a thyroid removed, I mean, it's like, it can be really scary. And the anxiety and the fear and the energy that follows is really damaging. And I've learned that when I'm having a bad day, because I have a lot of bad symptoms that result from a thyroidectomy and um, having to be on synthetic hormone the rest of my life, that when I'm having a bad day, I have to slow down. I have to do what I can do. And I can tell you, I didn't realize how important the thyroid was. When my thyroid medication isn't working, because there are some times where it doesn't work, I'm terrible. And I have to realize this isn't me. This is just cause and effect. This is what happens when my thyroid medication is off or not working optimally. And the thoughts are really bad. The anxiety, the fear, the depression, it's like all back there. I don't know how connected the thyroid gland is related to the thoughts exactly, but I can tell you what happens when it doesn't work very well. I feel awful. So I have to slow down. I can have to do what I'm able to do for that day and not beat myself up that I didn't get to do XYZ because it's not within my capacity to do XYZ on that day. And whatever's in your capacity, do it on that day. You don't have to compare yourself to this other person and this family or whoever because you are you. You're not meant to be anyone else, right? Your energy is your energy. You're not meant to be anyone else. You have to be you. All right. So I want you to think about how you can simplify in your thoughts. I love to say that simplicity is golden because we are the ones who overcomplicate things. Like when that new stressor, that new situation, or you have to learn, like learning a new skill comes up. I for one tend to freeze up sometimes when I'm learning a new skill. And I don't know how to do it. I tend to freeze up. But I want you to understand that simplifying doesn't always equal easy. I mean, how easy is it to climb a mountain, right? You just take one foot in front of the other, right? You make it to the top. But when we get to the bottom, when we're at the bottom looking up, like, holy cow, that's super high. I'm never going to make it, type of stuff. I had the opportunity to climb. There's a mountain here in the Salt Lake Valley, Salt Lake area called Timpanogos. And it's not an easy hike by any means. It's 15 miles round trip. And you have to start, you can either do it two ways. You can start really, really early in the morning before sunrise, and make it to the top somewhere around noonish, maybe. And then, or you can go like hike to a certain area the night before, camp for the night, and then go to the summit the next morning, is what most people do. But you think, like hiking a mountain doesn't seem hard, but we are the ones who overcomplicate it. If you're not trained for it, you're going to probably suck at it, but it's just one step in front of the other, right? Taking breaks along the way, admiring the beauty of how high you're climbing and then the view when you get to the top. Remember we talked about those summits and then the valleys. I feel like climbing a mountain is like a perfect example of that because there's times where you're going to slip. There's times where it's going to be hard and you're going to have really steep inclines and maybe kind of flat and fun, and you get to enjoy the view a little bit more. But I feel like there's nothing that's really hard about that. Like I said, simplicity just means it's not complicated, but we're the ones who complicate it. So I like to say, take small steps when it comes to your thoughts. Like break it down. Like we talked about before, is this true? Is this real? And if it's not, then dismiss it. Dismiss the false stuff. I've had that, a few times in my life where like I had to wrestle with, is this real? Is this true? And then when I go back to what I know at my core is right for me, what I believe in, I realize it's just me who's complicating it. I remember when I started my bachelor's program as a registered nurse. It was right before, it was the fall of 2019, and I was pregnant with my fourth, due in January. Excuse me. And my program was through Dixie State University. It's now Utah Tech University, and it was set up in a way where I could take like block courses or full semester courses. Block courses are like half semester, like a semester is worth cramming into 7 weeks. So it can be harder but easier at the same time. So I I took my first class was some kind of professional nursing class, I think. I only took one at a time at first because I had 3 kids at the time, and um, my fourth on the way. So I just did one at a time at first. And I took a look at the syllabus. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to keep up with this. There's so much reading. There's so many things I got to do. And it was all online, thankfully. So I didn't have to go anywhere, thankfully. But that, I was incredibly overwhelmed just thinking about this is going to be really hard. This is the bachelor's level. This is not the 2-year nursing program that I did. This is the next level. Then I realized I just got to dive into it. I just got to do it. And I let those thoughts kind of control me. And you can feel the nervousness and the anxiety. Like it's overwhelming. But once I started into it, I got a feel for the program, the feel for the course. Got in touch with my instructor. I felt like, okay, not so bad. I figured out the system that works for me with my kids, with my energy, being pregnant. Anyone who's ever been pregnant knows that it's hard. Yeah, I don't miss those days, by the way. Um, but I overcomplicated it. I let myself get worried because it was a new thing. But that one course taught me what I needed to know for the next courses, the next classes. That I just needed to take it one assignment at a time, one module, whatever, one reading assignment. And that's what I want you to do in your life. What's the next right thing you can do in your situation? We like to think, at least I do, I like to think too far in the future many times that I want to know what's going to happen. I want to know this because back to the brain doesn't like conflict. We want to know what's going to happen because we like things to be peaceful and calm and happy. But we don't get to know everything that's going to happen, right? You get to know maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead, right? So, like, what's the next right thing you can do in that situation when your thoughts are racing, when you don't know what's going to happen? What's the next right thing you can do? And that's for your situation and for you alone. Only you can figure that out. But when you break it down, analyze your thoughts. What's happening here? What's really happening? I want you to just take it slow. Be cool, be calm. It really will be okay. And again, I kind of touched on this already. What's in your control? Your thoughts are in your control, right? Your energy is in your control. I get it. When it's hard, you don't want to sit there and think positively. Sometimes you want to wallow in your self pity. Just let me be angry and let me be sad. Okay, be sad for a little bit, but then get up and do something about it, right? Get up and go make a difference. Go do the next thing that you got to do. And pay attention to what's going on up in here. Pay attention to this up here, okay? If you don't control your thoughts, they will get the better of you. Your mind doesn't care what you plant. You can plant weeds or flowers. Simplify it. Plant positivity. Reestablish, okay, I got this. I have the power to change my thoughts. I have to slow down, and it takes a lot of high degree of focus, I believe, to do this. To be that self-aware. So go back to that grace. If you slip up, it's okay. Keep trying. Keep doing what you know is the next right thing that you got to do, okay? Let's keep going. Ah, ever heard where attention goes, energy flows? It's really true, you guys. Your energy is affected by every little thought. And I think that there's some things we can't control in our body, like you can't control every metabolic process in your body. That's happening on a subconscious level, okay? You can't control how like your hormones and things are affected. That's on a subconscious level. But your thoughts are in your control because energy is your most precious currency. And if you don't watch your thoughts, if you aren't focused on what you need to focus on, the energy follows that. You're going to feel it in your body. Remember when I said on those good days, that's who you are. When you feel happy, maybe like it's Christmas Day, or maybe it's your birthday, or it's a fun vacation, that kind of thing. But here's the thing, we don't get to have those. We can't be on vacation all the time, right? It can't be our birthday every time. It can't be anniversary or Christmas every day. So how do you make it feel like it's those holidays maybe all the time, right? Or those good times? You can control your energy. You can control your thoughts. You can feel good and happy no matter what's happening in your life. Reaffirm that you are divine. You are a powerful person. You have gifts that only you can give to someone, a message that only you can share. If, excuse me, if that energy isn't controlled, the negative energy is going to drain you and you're going to be sad. I can't tell you how many times, like before I got my thyroid stuff maybe more under control, I didn't know what was happening to me. I had a lot of dark nights where I was like, what the heck is happening to me? Eventually, I got to a point where I stopped asking what was happening to me. I realized that something's happening. I just don't know what it is yet. And I learned how to be a little bit more patient through it, just to kind of ride out the storm, so to speak. When I couldn't stop the darkness, when I couldn't stop it, I just had to learn to ride more peacefully through it. And then I got to a point where I can choose to feel angry in this moment, or I can choose to feel peace and recognize that this is all part or for my good. It's all for your good, for Spencer's good. Let's move on here. So we already know the causes of our negative thoughts: anxiety, worry, overcomplicating, fear. We know that those negative thoughts create those negative emotions. Remember, emotions are the language of the body. the anxiety, the worry, overcomplicating things, overthinking, too much fear. Those emotions can get stuck in areas of the body, leading to more stress. The higher levels of cortisol in your body, the stress hormone, leading to more higher risk of disease of any kind. That chronic state of fight or flight, and then I put or freeze on here. I went to an event a couple weeks ago with my daughter, um, where one of the speakers was saying, "I like to say fight or flight or freeze because I think we do all of them. We can either fight, in a new situation, run away, or freeze up," which is what I sometimes do. I was like, I don't know what to do. I just freeze, and I'm learning to work through that, obviously, and it leads to a poor quality of life. Like, who wants to feel sad and feel fear and anxiety and live in such despair all the time? Not me, not Spencer, not any of you, right? This is why the thoughts matter. The thoughts and the feelings all matter. This is all what happens if those thoughts are not in control. The energy that follows is negative energy. But you can change that. You can change it. This guy right here, his name is Charles F. Honnell. He was like early 20th, maybe late 19th century, early 20th century, like American philosopher, is that the right word? Author and business guy. He wrote lots of books. And one of the books that he wrote was called The Master Key. And something that I got out of that when I listened to it was he said, intention governs attention. So, like, that's pretty powerful. You think about your intention, and it governs where you put your attention. So, what's the intent behind the thoughts that are coming? Is it fear based? Is it anxiety? Is it overcomplicating? Is it more of a empowering? Is it peace? Is it grace? Is it joy focused? And that governs where you place your attention. And that is where your energy goes. So if you come across a new situation and you think, like, what is this? What's happening? Yes, you can try to solve your problem, but if you let it get out of control, the energy is going to be chaotic. Slow down, analyze what's really happening. What's the next right thing I can do? It takes a lot of control, mind you, okay? It's not easy, it takes time. But know where your intention is and how it's going to govern where you put your attention and where you place your energy. So here's my call to action for you. Remember, your thoughts affect energy for good or for bad. Remember, energy is your most precious, precious currency. If you don't have energy in your life, like positive energy, you're not going to have energy to go out and do any of the things that you want to do. I know, I've been there with the years of health issues. Be kind to yourself when you're having that bad day. Be kind to yourself when you have a limited capacity and you're barely functioning or you're tired, when your energy is low for some reason and you don't know what. Give yourself the grace, give yourself space, make time for you if you need to, and simplify it. Analyze what's really happening here. What's in my control? Remember, these are all powerful things that I've learned through my health issues, through writing this book. I cannot tell you how much this book was meant for me. Sometimes it's like you're the one who gets changed first, and then you can go out and change other people's lives, and you can change the world and make a difference. And that's kind of what I wanted to join in with Spencer here, to share what I've learned and how powerful our thoughts are for good or for bad. And that's the end of my slides right now. So it's open to more discussion, Spencer, if
I,
you want to talk more about it.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing this, and I love the steps for the call to action. Right, recognize that your thoughts are energy. That your energy is the most precious currency there is. Right, it's how are you managing it? Is it serving you and supporting you, or is it hindering you? And always be kind to yourself. I always say, show yourself grace, and I love that the descriptions of grace you shared throughout. But be kind, loving to yourself as if you were to a friend or your kid. So oftentimes we beat ourselves up, and then just simplify the process. So start to become aware of your thoughts and adjust them as needed. Give them the attention they need or not to help you align your life in a way that serves you. So if you'd like, you can, if you want to end your slideshow, then we could be full screen for people here. They can see both of us. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. First, I mean, so with that, I just want to say thank you. Congratulations. Yay. Awesome. Awesome presentation. Thank you so much. Everybody watching this, please give Courtney a round of applause. Yay. For rocking this. What has been one of the biggest transformations for you when it comes to recognizing that your thoughts and everything's energy? What's been the biggest aha or breakthrough moment for you?
Wow, that's a tough one. There's been a lot of breakthroughs. I think I didn't realize how powerful thoughts are.
Mm,
There was a time where I believed in a certain outcome that was going to happen, and it was totally false because I let them get control. I let those feelings of maybe fear or anger and resentment take hold. I couldn't believe how powerful the mind was and that I believed this outcome was going to happen. And it caused some chaos in my life.
mm,
And then when I realized, whoa, I really let myself go way too far. That was a huge breakthrough moment. That's when I really started to pay very close attention to everything that came into my mind. Like, because there were some times, sometimes I get confused of like, because I'm a religious person, so sometimes I wonder, is this from God or is this from me, and if or is this from like a source of divinity maybe, or and I sometimes get confused that way. So I
can
learned,
be confusing, right? For
yes,
sure.
it can be very confusing. So that was like a huge pivotal aha moment for me where I really started just to, is this real? Is this true? And if it's not, just let it go, right?
Right.
Because we think how many thoughts a day? Like maybe, is it something like 30,000?
Oh, I thought it was more like 100,000.
Maybe it's a very high number for sure. There's a lot of thoughts that come into our mind.
I
It's
was wrong.
really,
I just googled it. It's 12,000 to 60,000. So
oh,
you're
oh,
right
it's
right in
in
there.
that range. Okay. Okay, there we go. We got that squared away. So that's where the struggle can really come. Is it, do I entertain this or do I follow this? Is this right? Is this right? And I think a lot of times most of those thoughts are just need to let them go.
Hmm.
And that's what I started doing. I started just, okay, that's not real. Let that go, let that go. That's not serving me. That's not helping me. Um, it's kind of funny. A lot of times I wake up with a songs in my head. I don't know who else wakes up with songs in my head, but this morning it was "This Is Halloween" from Nightmare Before Christmas because I've got kids that love to watch it for Halloween. So, but like I got to say, a lot of times there's songs that are just playing through my head over and over, and so that I don't really do anything about. I just like it's just a song, but the thoughts I do pay way more close attention to.
Right. So you're aware of, as opposed to before, like when those thoughts that were negative or didn't serve us, it's so easy to ruminate on those and just go to town and go down that rabbit hole, as it were, and invest so much time, energy, emotion into that, as opposed to now you recognize it and you ask, oh, okay, I recognize I'm having this thought or this thing, song or whatever. Like, is it serving me? Is it not? If it's not, you let it go. If it does, then you focus on that, right?
Yeah,
Just make sure I understand that.
it's so true. And one thing that I've been trying to cultivate more is something that I learned through. Again, I'm going to talk about a little bit about what Joe Dispenza talks about. If you haven't read his books, I encourage you to. Is that he teaches that you can feel joy and love right now, even if the event that you're hoping for hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
You can like meditate in that energy as if it's already happened.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean, you don't, you just meditate on it and this like magic happens. It means you get up and you go take the right course of action.
Right.
But if you can live as though like maybe it's already happened, that you're going to be happy no matter what's happening to you,
Mm-hmm.
that's where true peace comes. That's what I talk about in my book called, I didn't say the title, it's called My Diamond Within. It's on Amazon right now. That life is a journey. It's for you to be refined, purified, like diamonds or silver. And you can find joy no matter what's happening. Your thoughts are a huge part of that. Your thoughts affect your energy. Your thoughts dictate what course of action you're going to take. So choose which ones you're going to entertain. What's serving you? What's true? What's going to get you to from point A to point B, right? What's going to
Mm-hmm.
help you the most? Anything else? It's just a thought. Just let it go, right?
I love it. I love it. So your book is called My Diamond Within, correct? And it is on Amazon. Highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend everybody you go get yourself a copy of it. Check it out. Not only, as Courtney shared, was it healing for her to write it, as with my 6 books as well. Like, it's healing for me to get it out and I learn and grow through it. But then also now it can help other people. So My Diamond Within, check that out on Amazon. And how else can people connect with you if they want to have more conversations about this and go deeper and chat about the other things that you do and offer?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Huh, I just realized that my husband's name is on my name. It's because I'm logged into his account. That's
I'll
me.
check
I'm
it
Mike Hancock. No, just kidding.
out.
Yep, you can find me, Courtney Hancock on Facebook, at Courtney R. Hancock on Instagram, and Courtney Hancock on TikTok. I'll get a YouTube channel eventually. I want to get my podcast back up and running to where maybe doing interviews in the future, but I'm not at that point yet. So once I can get to that point, then I'll have all those available someday on YouTube.
Um,
Just not there yet.
Oh, you're good. And so if you want to connect with Courtney and can't remember or didn't see it, just message me at Jones and 4 on social media, and I'll make sure to connect you with her as well. So that way you are good and set to go and can chat with her about your thoughts and the energy and the other things that she does. And so, Courtney, thank you so much for being an energizer. Thank you for learning and growing and stepping into your light and shining bright, not only for me, but for your family, for the other energizers, for the world. It is felt, it is appreciated. So thank you so much. And thank you for taking your time, energy, sharing all of this with us. I loved it. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was awesome, Spencer. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. We're going to let you go. So you go have an amazing day. Again, get Courtney's book, My Diamond Within, on Amazon and reach out to her to learn more and go further. So